I guess they want me on that rapping shit, but beware I spit that shit that never got no cap in it. Yeah, she got a body with that coochie, got a trap in it. Give a fuck, I'ma still boot up and run a lap in it. And I'm feeling freaky, so I might just hit it passionate. Like Bobby, hit your Ricky Bobby, do it sloppy, put up fast cash. Then I told her copy Nike black mask. When I feel like doing something cocky in that Roy booming, only time my big ass feeling jockey. I'm respected in the 310, 323 and 424. My partner from the rack, so he say phone him, I say Brody, bro. In school, the shorties laughed at me. I used to play with Rolly posing, now I got a bag. She wanna suck me out my Holy Ghost. Woo! Hallelujah, hallelujah. Just knocked the opposite.
What the fuck it do? It is Deja the Diva on your radio, phone, whatever contraption you're listening from. Okay, anyway, today is Wednesday, November the 27th, and I'm back as promised because I told y'all I was gonna come back with another show today because at the end of the day, I know y'all got y'all little holiday that y'all recognize. I do not, celebrate it, but hey, to each his own. That's your business. You heard me? Anyway, so where I left off at last time was my grandma had passed away, and then she came back in my dream, y'all. So, moving on from that. Like I said, I used to be friends with the people across the street. So after Frank and them moved, some girls moved in. Okay, let me go ahead and do this. Some girls had moved in, y'all, and it was Ashley and them. Okay, now it was Ashley. She was my age, and then she had an older sister, and I think they had like a little brother or a little sister or something like that. I think it was like 4 kids over there. Anyway, so the sister ended up getting into it with Wadi and them. Mind you, these like supposed to be like the popular bitches in the hood or whatever. Mind you, I don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with me. So at this point, they had like got into it with Ashley and with Ashley's sister. So they supposed to come around here and fight now. I told y'all my grandma was living on Garland Avenue. So they came around there with like 50 bitches, right? Shows how bitchy they is because y'all come around there with 50 bitches to fight one little girl. And to be honest, in my mind, I feel like Ashley's sister was gonna beat the shit out of Wadi ass, and that's why the fuck she had to call her motherfucking peoples. Anyways, because when I look at shit like that, people that got a bank and all this stuff, it makes me look at them different. Like, what type of shit you on? Anyway, they end up coming around there banking shawty. My mom and them end up coming outside and trying to break up the damn fight. So then they went home. Mind you, I ain't go outside for the help them fight. Call it what you want, but I guess I was a little punk right there at that point. But yeah, cool. So I was still like a little ass kid at that point. But yeah, so so then after that, mind you, I always had trouble or problems with Wadi and them at school because they used to like pick on me and shit, but I didn't really care what they used to pick on because at the end of the day, y'all can pick on me all you want. At the end of the day, my clothes is good, my shit ain't ran, I don't really give a fuck about what y'all got to say. You can kiss my ass. And that's how I felt. And I didn't want to be in with them because they was like fucking and doing all this extra shit they not supposed to be doing anyways. All them bitches had babies early. Not to really talk about it better because I had my son at 16, but I won't run here horn around. Anyway, so after that, I think I had ended up going back to my mama's house for a little bit. Not even sure where she was living at. But every time I go back to my mama's house, I didn't stay for long. And man, y'all, like I said, I'm basically at my grandma's house in elementary school. So after that, we end up like I said, it's just like a back and forth thing. So, after that, it goes to, we go into, because my elementary school, I went to J.B. Stewart. I went to A.V. Gnarl. Yeah, and those are the only two. No, I'm lying. Because when I moved back with my mama, the elementary school I went to was cross the street from Creighton. I think it was Woodville, which was the worst, is the ghetto school ever. Yeah, but my grandma used to be like a real nice lady, so she used to let like people stay over, help people out or whatever, and let them stay at the house. So one of the dudes that she was helping, well, she helped two dudes at the same time, Tommy and Heavy. Tommy he was kind of slow or whatever, so he had like special needs or some shit, but Heavy was his like payee or whatever, I guess. So she let him stay or whatever. Man, y'all, Tommy stink. Like, when I say stink, I mean this motherfucker funky, and I don't know why, but Heavy always had to make him like get in a tub or whatever. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's just the truth. So yeah, she always said that they always had to make him get in a tub or whatever. So I remember that verbatim. But like I said, at my grandma's house, I could be a kid, so I used to be like outside playing and playing hide and go seek and things of that nature. But I remember one day we was outside playing in front of the house, and we was playing hide and go seek or something we was playing. But either way, Tommy was trying to play too, because like I told y'all, he had intellectual disabilities. So he tried to like tell me something in my ear, but he wasn't like getting fresh on y'all. He was just like genuinely telling me something in my ear. And so my grandma was like, don't be letting no baddies talking your ear. And let me tell you something about my grandma. She did not play that shit. Ain't no sitting on nobody's lap. Ain't no none of that. She don't not play that shit, period. You ain't spending night at nobody's house. You ain't doing none of that. So that's just like what she was on. So she was like, don't be letting stalk in your ear and all this. I'm like, Mama, he only just said, I don't give a damn. Tommy, you don't be talking in her ear. So that's my granny. Cool. So this particular time, we just outside playing or whatever. And I told y'all, Frank and them used to live across the street. And Frank was what you call them blood brother. So he used to play with us because he was my cousin Justin's friend. So, yeah, we was just outside playing or whatever. That's just what we used to be doing. And my grandma had a tree in her front yard, and I used to always be climbing that damn tree. I don't know why that's significant to me, but it is. But yeah, so it came to the point where so yeah, like I said, my cousin Justin is my aunt's youngest, and I'm my mama's oldest. So, but me and him was in the same age bracket. So even right now, he's probably like a year or two older than me. So I just remember good times in my grandma's house. Like I said, she was always a good lady. She always let people stay over, or open her house up to people. And I guess probably that's where I got it from. But, throughout the years I've learned, especially with this last time I let this bitch live with me, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm good. And I don't really want to deal with the whole letting nobody live with me and shit no more. Like, I'm good. Like, I love my granny, but I don't want to do that shit no more. And just was kind of funny because I was just talking to my little sister the other day. And because my son's birthday is always on the 23rd, which is supposed to be the day before Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is supposed to be on the 24th. And this year is did some bullshit and flip side and went to the last week of the month, and I don't even understand how the fuck that worked, but okay, cool. But I don't celebrate pagan holidays anymore because the shit behind them is really sinister and dark, so I don't do that anymore. But I ended up calling my sister, but she ended up calling back. She was at work, so I was telling her that I had cooked all this food for my baby because he's so used to Thanksgiving being the next day from his birthday, so he always had a big meal for his birthday, So I ended up cooking all this food, y'all. Now, my sister don't live where I live at. She live in Richmond, where I'm from. So I'm talking to her on the phone, and she like, yeah, girl, what you done cook? And so I'm telling her what I cooked, and she like, look at you, Lil Ruth. Now, imagine you, my grandma's name is Ruth. So she's like, look at you, Lil Ruth over there cooking and da-da-da-da. And it just kind of dawned on me because a lot of stuff I know I get from my elders, the people that came before me. Now, mind you, my grandma, she's still here, but I'm not in Richmond. And child, she ain't going back because the bullshit that's there, like the family, they not family, they're relatives, because family means something totally different than relatives. And that's what they is, they just relatives to me. They're not family. So, at this point, I'm like moving around a lot because my mama always moved around a lot. We never really stayed in a place for too long. So, pretty much, we always moved around. And I was back and forth over south side of where my mama lived and back to my grandma's house. Now, I didn't mind living with my grandma, until I started getting a little older. And, until I started getting a little older, and just the strictness, I couldn't deal. Like, come on. She need to go out. She need to do something. Like, and I told y'all, I always was around my cousin, Justin. So, he always, like, doing stuff. He was, like, one of the most popular people in school. And, he did a lot of things. And, at the end of the day, it just was crazy because she would let the boys do whatever they wanted. But when it comes to the girls, it was always something, And for that, I couldn't understand or know why or wonder why the fuck they get to do what they want to do, but we couldn't. But anyways, it is what it is. And, I ain't, at that part yet, so I ain't gonna jump ahead too far. But after my grandma moved off of Garland, she moved on to 2nd Avenue. Like on the same street as Michael Simpson, and it was a Bank of America there, and it was a little store on that side, but then it still was like New York Fried Chicken and all that stuff right there on the other block. But it's still considered Metal Bridge and 2nd Avenue. So now, when we moved around here is when everything changed. But I had ended up moving back with my mama for a little bit because middle school came in. And when middle school came in, I started going to Bouchard, like I told y'all. So, y'all already know the story about my first boyfriend, how he broke in my house and all that stuff. And, yeah, so I already had told all that. So now I'm moving on to my high school days. Now, when I come back to my grandma's house, that's what I'm in. I'm on high school. She moved to 2nd Avenue. And so in this particular house, it was a big house. So she had like basement, a middle floor, and a top floor. Top floor is where all the bedrooms at. Middle floor is where the kitchen, living room, and the dining room at, and the family room at. And then basement is the basement. Now the basement got like bathroom and all that stuff down there. Then she got like an outhouse that was supposed to be the garage. But my uncle, he like working construction and carpentry, so he fixed that bitch up. Like when I say fix that bitch up, he put the shower in there, made it to like he made a kitchen and all that shit. So he like fixed the whole damn thing up. So it was like his little apartment out there. And then my grandma rented out her basement. So like all the crackheads and shit used to be down there. Okay, don't judge, but this is really true. So yeah, and we stayed upstairs. So for a little bit, my mom and them had to live with my grandma and them over here. But before they came, it was just us. Anyway, she had motherfuckers living downstairs or whatever they used to pay her. So he still lived downstairs with my grandma. Tommy had died at this point, and other people that lived in the basement. So like my cousin Raymond and them lived down there for a little bit, which is my Aunt Jessamine kids, which is, one of her sons, and Kenny, one of her sons, which is my grandma's sister. And then a couple more people used to come through there. They used to stay downstairs. Now, when I say y'all, some shit used to happen at this house, some shit used to happen at this house. And I ain't lying to y'all. Like, it was always something going the fuck on. And let me tell you something. Like I was telling my kids and I was telling them, I said, Shad, I used to have a front row seat because it was just funny about the shit that used to go on at this fucking house. And I used to always have to be in the house because my grandma ain't play that shit. Not too many places I can go, not too much I can do. And that's just what it was. But so many funny stories happen at this house. And they used to call my grandma Bustin' Cap Roof, right? Because, you know, if some shit go down, she going to go dig in her fucking speaker and she going to shoot a nigga or pull it out at least. Anyway, so my grandma had a boyfriend, mind you. I didn't know, nobody knew that was her boyfriend for like 10 years strong or whatever. We never knew. And he had been hanging around, and his name is Mr. Dickey. So he used to be hanging around, but we never knew that was her like boyfriend, okay? Because my grandma kept that shit under wraps, all right? And like I said, motherfuckers used to be like smoking crack and doing all that shit. So yeah. So it used to be like times where our house used to be like really packed. But like I said, you never really had to worry about the people in the basement because my grandma got pissed off. She would fucking lock their ass down there. And it was a side door so they can get out. But like if she didn't want them in the house, she heard and locked the door on them. But yeah, a lot of people came through and was living down there. Then my uncle, like I said, he had the outhouse, which is my grandmother's little brother, and they call him Bucci again. So he used to be in the back. Anyways, it's so funny because now that I think about the shit, it's like the times and just some of the stories and the shit that used to happen in that house is like really crazy. Okay, so then we never really had to pay a light bill and all that shit because it's some crooks in my family and they knew how to like set up the thing, so we didn't have to pay for it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. That's incriminating. My fucking grandma involved. So yeah, she had a dog named Pebbles, and Pebbles was a girl, but she was a little feisty thing. Cause period, she did not care. She used to be snapping on niggas. Like she'll bite your ass, she'll do whatever. But yeah, like I said, my grandma used to like cook and do all these things. But we used to have like always happy bed at our house, always. Like so, it was never a point where it was like nobody there. You got Lonzo and his girlfriend Deborah, and Lonzo is my grandma's nephew or something, I think. I'm not really sure what he's supposed to be to her. But yeah, Lonzo and his girlfriend Deborah, they used to be fighting and arguing sometimes too, but not as much as everybody else. Because you got Raymond, his girlfriend Regina, which has something to do with his death, but we ain't get to that part yet. And this bitch was a strong crackhead, y'all. And when I say they used to fuss and fight, I mean when I say she used to fight, they used to fight. Bitch, they used to fight. I mean, he could throw that bitch across the room, that bitch get right back up, and she goddamn ate it. You hear me? But crackhead shit, everybody knows, strong crackhead. That's what happens. Anyway, then my cousin Kenny, he used to be dipping in his little shit. He dead now too. Raymond, he dead now too. It's like most of everybody that passed away. Harvey, he passed away too. Yeah, he actually passed away while he was in that house as well. Then there was a time, because my cousin Lil Don, which is my Uncle Don's son, and that's my grandma brother too, because my grandma Mamie had 6 kids, 3 boys and 3 girls. So, my Uncle Don didn't really live in Richmond. He lived in North Carolina. But Lil Don used to always come and be here whenever he wanted. So, they used to live in Greensboro. So, he used to come here, but he used to fuck with a girl that we knew that was around the neighborhood. Her name was Tiara. And, they ended up having a baby, okay? And her name was Quintasia, and she was the cutest little thing. You heard me? And, yeah, she was the cutest little thing, y'all. And, I had been around this little girl since she was born, you know, and that was my little cousin, and I used to love her to pieces. Anyways, Don ain't know what he wanted to do. He was, I don't really want to say too much about him and what he had going on, because he's still alive, and he's still doing shit that he don't need to have no business doing. But, yeah. So, he used to be like a dog-ass nigga, though. And he used to put his hands on females. So, but it's a reason I don't understand why he really didn't fuck with Tiara like that. Like, he did it to her, they had the baby, and that's just where it went to. But she used to stay with my grandma. Well, with us. So, while she used to stay with us or whatever, the baby used to stay with us. And she used to have to deal with so much from her family. And it was so fucked up to her, treated her so messed up. She's still alive, though. But yeah, they just treated her like so messed up. And she was basically running from that. And my grandma, being who my grandma is, let her come in, and she did. And like I said, I think my grandma just liked it, the baby being around, and we, would help her take care of the baby and stuff like that and all that. But one day, we was all in. I ain't gonna say we was all there, because there wasn't really many people there. It was only me, grandma, and Tiara and the baby there. Yeah, I don't think nobody else was there. And that's really odd, because there's always a whole lot of people that always be at our house. Excuse me, but at this particular day, really wasn't a lot of people there. But she had did the baby hair or whatever. Now, Quintasia did not like her for doing hair. And she was crying her little heart out. And, crying her little heart out, child. And, anyway, I think she had popped her, because at this point, Quintasia was 9 months or something like that. She was 9 months. And anyways, she had popped her or something. Anyway, she wanted to go upstairs and give her a bath and all that stuff. She had fed her. And she was like, well, I'm going to give her a bath and all that. Or whatever. And put her some clothes on. Because I think we were supposed to go, like, walking or something. Whatever. So we ended up doing that. But she ended up trying to do that. So she fed her. She did her hair. But Quintasia ended up falling asleep before she was finished doing her hair. So she laid her down in her bassinet. She laid that girl down, and she went to go over there to wake her up so she can give her a bath and stuff. And she was unresponsive. So this girl was running around with the damn baby, like shaking her and shit. Now, mind you, I've been in the nursing field since I was 18, but this was way before that, so I didn't get a chance at, no CPR and all that stuff. But anyways, they end up calling having to call the ambulance. My grandma had to go to the next door to call the ambulance, because nobody had a phone over there in our house. Like, our phone was off or some shit. So the ambulance come, and they was working on her or whatever. Either way, they never got to revive her while she was in front of the house, so they took her to the hospital. But the baby was pronounced dead or whatever. And, that always did something to me, because she was such a cute and joyful baby, and she always smiled all the time. And, excuse me, y'all, that's damn boy, he needs to shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm about to get off here, because he came here now, and that's about to mess up my little flow. But the baby had ended up passing away. So, you know, it really broke her down because that was her first baby, and you know, her family, Tiara family treated her really fucked up, and it tore everybody up because it just tore everybody up. I felt some type of way because her funeral came around and my mama always being late to everything, and we ended up missing the funeral. I was so pissed at my mama. Like, I was so pissed at mama about that shit because I wanted to make it to my baby funeral, like, period. Anyway, she used to hunt the house though. You can hear her laughing, or you know, you can hear her crying in there sometimes or whatever. And then my grandma started lighting a white candle for her and telling her to go to the light and stuff like that. And it was just kind of crazy though. But yeah, that's one of the things that happened at my granny house on 2nd Avenue. Anyway, I had to do my show as promised, y'all, but I've been feeling tired for real. I really feel out of it for real. I really don't even want to really do too much, but I am going to run me some bath water and sit my ass in there for a couple of hours because that's just what I feel like, and I love to do it. But yeah, like I said, if anybody got any new music or you just want to hit me up with some pointers, or y'all got something to say, hit me up. Don't come with no negativity, because if you come with some negativity, she gonna bite your fucking head off, period, because she's the whole fucking beast. You hear me? You heard me? Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, hit me up on my email, y'all. Deja the Diva 34@gmail.com, and everything is lowercase, and it is spelled DEJADADIVA 34@gmail.com. If anybody got any new music, you're a new artist, and you want to get your shit up out there, please send it so I can shout you out and put you up on this show, baby. Anyway, I'm about to get out here. I know y'all getting ready for this fake ass holiday that y'all celebrate, and I hope y'all have a good day, good little days coming or whatever. At this point, I'm very happy, I'm very at peace. I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers who doing work, none of these motherfuckers who sending this negativity, because baby, you gonna have to send it in because my ancestors don't play boo-boo, and everything you sending getting right, bounce right back. I ain't even feeling it, period. But like I said, y'all, I got to come tell my story, and that is what I'm called to do, and that is what I'm going to do, period. And it's something crazy going on with the algorithm with this damn app. I don't know what it is, but it's something crazy going on, because it said I got 37 subscribers, but then when I press on the actual it say only 3. So that's like crazy, and it's not really in the queue, and I don't really understand that. But I ain't really gonna trip, because guess what? I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna let the ancestors and the soul and the spirit do what they do, because at the end of the day, I'm not even in the driver's seat no more. A bitch sitting in the bed. I'm letting them chauffeur me around. Period. She relaxing at this point. And you'll get what you did to me, because period, karma comes right back around, and you'll get what you did to me, because she is experiencing dharma right now, and if y'all know what that is, that's good karma. Okay, at the end of the day, anyway, if nobody ain't tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I love you. Come back now, you heard? I'll be right here. Okay. Anyway, hope y'all have a good little holiday. And you shouldn't be celebrating that shit, but that's your beast in it, okay? Anyway, gratitude for listening to Deja the Diva. And I'ma holler at y'all, 'cause I gotta go, okay? Love y'all. Peace.